What's going on, Bills fans? This is Bills latest. We are brought to you by FanArc. And let's talk a little bit about D coordinators, why don't we, folks? I think I want Jim Schwartz, not Leonard, Schwartz. This guy has made the Browns defense just unreal the last few years. Albeit they have Myles Garrett, but still, he is a proven defensive guy that always gets it done. Leonard's great too. Leonard is great. A part of me just wants that older guy with that little bit more experience just to kind of be in the same facility as Brady. That's just me personally. But I could see this whole thing going super young. And as somebody around the same age as Brady and these guys, like that is pretty cool to see. That's pretty cool to see. But even I'm willing to admit, if I had a Sean Payton or somebody to consult with on a day-to-day basis, that wouldn't hurt. That wouldn't hurt me one bit. So that's where I kind of like Schwartz coming in there. And obviously not going to have much to offer for the offensive side of the ball, but just coaching in general. Where Brady's in some new water there. I think that could help ease some of the waves that could come. He could be a good guy to fall back on just coaching questions, not necessarily tactical or football questions, but just people questions. Because that's the real job of a head coach here, folks. The play calling is going to be the same, is going to be fine, but it's going to be how does he handle the locker room? Because now he has to talk to both sides of the ball, Brady. And that's where I think that veteran leadership would not hurt. It wouldn't hurt. But that's just my 2 cents. Both would be great. Both would be phenomenal. But if I had to pick, that's who I'd go with. That is who I'd go with. But let's talk about, I was stumbling on Reddit, and which is always dangerous. That's a dangerous game. That's a very dangerous. You could go down so many rabbit holes. So many rabbit holes, from aliens to somebody breaking down Brandon Beane's draft all the way back from 2019 with a beautiful summer. It was like Chat GPT just broke it down. And this guy was just so adamant on Beane has done a hell of a job drafting. He always has late picks. He's done well with his late picks. Most of these guys get to a second contract with the team. He's using that. If they get contract extensions with that team that drafts them, was that a good pick? Does this guy realize that the NFL needs bodies? People get hurt. As much as they think, let's put it this way. Everybody remember that kid back in high school that was really good at whatever sport, just an absolute stud standout, went off to Division I and then faded. People think athletes like that could just go in and play. They don't realize the difference in the 1%. These professional athletes are in the 0.5 of the population as far as talent, athletic talent, just pure athleticism. Not intelligence, not skill level. I'm talking pure athleticism. So when you're talking about a premier league like the NFL that demands premier talent as far as athleticism, you have to resign these guys. There isn't as many people out there as everyone seems to think. So my point being, just because these guys got re-signed doesn't mean it was a good pick. If anything, it means they can't find a replacement, so they have to re-sign him because they can't unload him. We can all see objectively, which was a big word used in this, we'll call it an essay on Reddit. Also, if you add objectively to anything, you're automatically correct, by the way. So objectively, while we're watching the Buffalo Bills play, I can see there is no talent at the wide receiver position. Am I wrong? I did say objectively. I don't want to hear the bullshit about Bean's a great drafter. He hit on Josh Allen. Dude got lucky. If Baker Mayfield would have fell, he probably would have picked him. Josh Allen was not the first QB to go in that draft. I'm sick and tired about hearing GMs hit on a quarterback. Do you understand how much of a crapshoot that is? It is an absolute crapshoot. If everybody knew Josh Allen and Mahomes were going to be this good, why would have so many people passed on him? Can somebody tell me that? Why weren't they number 1 overall picks? Because they don't know. You can do as much research as much as you want at the combine. It is just an educated guess at best. That is it. That's where, in my opinion, yeah, drafts are great, but drafts are good for the shit teams that are constantly in the bottom of the league having to draft. Championship franchises move through free agency. They'll add with drafts, but they'll also unload draft capital. They'll find guys that they know can do it now. And that has to be the priority this offseason. Yes, we have to draft players, but I don't want to go out and stretch for a wide receiver that's going to be a bust when you've proven you can't draft one. Why do that? Let's instead just dip into free agency. You're supposed to be great at budgeting money. That is a great attribute of a GM, president of operations. Figure out a way to slice and dice. Pickens would be phenomenal. You're probably not going to get him. He's going to cost a lot of money. That would be the best pick. Pickens would be the number 1 overall wide receiver free agent this year to go after. I don't think you can get him. You don't have the capital, and you've proven you don't know how to cut where you need to cut and spend where you need to spend. Evans is going to take a pay cut. He's getting older. But he is so sure-handed. Again, expensive. I don't know if you'll be able to get him. Let's talk A.J. Brown. Also going to be expensive. Also not a free agent. But you got a chance to get him if you can move some pieces. Because he does not want to be in Philly. He does not want to be in Philly. That is the last place he wants to be. And can you blame him with Jalen Hurts? No, you can't. You just can't. What about Juwan Jennings, 49ers? Again, going to be expensive. Was cheap. But now that they're moving on from Ayuk and this guy is proven that he could be a number 1, he's going to be expensive. Don't bring in DeAndre Hopkins unless you get him for the veteran minimum. Don't bring in Deebo Samuel. Younger, he's only 30. However, expensive and has been used and abused. Before McCaffrey got to the 49ers, he was also playing running back. So this man has some miles on him. You could have had Rashid Shaheed. He'll be a free agent. Maybe you can get him cheaper. He'll probably be a Super Bowl champion. So, I mean, there's some free agents to go get. And that's where I think the moves need to be made. Not in the draft, as far as the wideout position is considered. Because you've proven you can't draft for that position. And what we can look for this offseason, just pay attention to Josh. See if he's on YouTube at all, golfing with any of the YouTube golfers. See if he's posting on social media, golfing with any wide receivers, getting to know them. That could be a big hint. That could be a big, big hint on it. Because if he was as in on the head coach as they say he was, you think he's not going to have a say in what wide receivers brought in? So I expect Josh out on the golf course a lot this summer, talking to a lot of wide receivers, getting a feel. Hey, you interested? Hey, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. This would be fun, right? So we'll see about all that fun stuff. But that's it for today's Bills Latest, folks. We were again brought to you by FanArc. We hope you hit that like and subscribe button down below. It helps us out tremendously, and we will be back with more for you tomorrow.